Hi friends, this is JB and welcome to the 14-day Wisdom Challenge guidebook. This is a guidebook and necessary for the 14-day Wisdom Challenge show. Okay, so we've got some guidelines in order to make this happen, in order to make you successful. I mean, essentially what you're getting out of this is getting insight, getting wisdom, getting discretion, okay? You are learning to make decisions. You are learning how to get your momentum moving. And in order to do that, many of you've got all kinds of things that you can do, but what you can do is this 14-day challenge. Now, this 14-day Wisdom Challenge requires you 3 things each day for 14 days. Now, raise your hand if you know what those are already, because you're already doing it. Well, if you don't, here's what you've got to do. You've got to watch the program each day for 14 days. Now, let me give you an example. Let's just say the typical example is you wake up, you get on the YouTube channel, and if you're up by 3 a.m., it's already going to be there. So 3 a.m., you can even start. But as soon as you get up, that program, you start to watch it. You watch it all the way through. Okay, that's step 1, watch. Okay, now we've got read and teach. Now let's get into the read aspect of it. You're going to read the wisdom scripture, the wisdom literature that we are pouring into that day. You're going to read it while we are watching it, while you're watching it, okay? And then you're going to read it midday, okay? That's about around the time of, 11 to 12 to 1. You can even go as far as to 3 o'clock. And then at the end of the day, you need to read it a 3rd time, okay? Read it, okay? Morning, noon, and night. Now, if you're doing shift work, or let's just say you're like, JB, I'm not the morning, I get up and I just go, I've got the kids. Well, here's what you do. You start whenever you start, okay? Let's just say you start at 5 p.m. You come home and it's 5 p.m. and then you watch it. Well, then what you want to do is you read it with us. Okay, you read it with us, and then that's when I'm presenting, and then you read it a 2nd time before you go to bed, okay? And then you read it a 3rd time, but in the morning. You see how you shift that around on a 24-hour basis. Okay, it's essential you do that. If you miss one time, one of those reading times through that cycle, guess what? You've got to start the Wisdom Challenge over. We'll get into that in a second. Now, last thing, and maybe the most important, because it's all dependent upon each other, you can't really say one's more important than the other, but it will say this, is that you have to share the essence of the message with one other person. Now, you've got to teach that person, right? You're trying to get in a teaching mode. You're trying to share. Now, let's just say that you're not ready to reach out with people. What you need to do is get ready to present it to maybe in a text format, okay? Now, I'm not expecting you to do the whole bit, but pull out the essence, or if there's several points in the wisdom scripture of today, what you do is you take one of those big points, try to get the essence of it, what's speaking to you, and then you're teaching it, trying to teach it to one other person. Now, you could do it in text message, right? You could do it Snapchat. You could do it in a different way, video, a blog, email someone. And I even suggested, look, truthfully, you're trying to teach another person. But if all you have is a cat or dog, what you want to do is you want to get that putty cat or that doggy, and you want to get that message so on point of what you are getting out of it that you're able to kind of as if you're teaching a person, but you're teaching it to that thing, okay? Now, that's not the ideal situation, of course. We want to be teaching one other person. You need to share. You need to get in the teaching mode. You learn best by teaching, and this is the capstone. Now, you don't have to do it at the end. You can teach the person, you watch it, you can teach the person right away. you've watched and read it with our morning program or whenever you pick it up for that day, you can teach that person right there and then. But you got to get something out of it. Pull something out, write it out, think about it, and then you want to share it with someone else. So you're sharing or teaching, okay? So essentially, we've got 3 things. We've got watch the program. We've got read 3 times, okay? 1 counts as we're watching it. And then lastly, you want to share. Watch, read, share. Now, when you're doing that, you're going to say, oh, this is a cakewalk, JB, I can do this. You're going to see all kinds of blessings that come from this. At the end of your 14 days after you've been pouring in, you're going to be thinking a little bit sharper. You're going to be having a sense of decision. Are you out there and you're like, I don't know, I can't decide. Where should we eat? You decide. Or maybe you've got a life decision that's coming up and you're like, I'm not sure what I can do, what I should do. Well, I tell you what, at the end of this 14 days, you are going to get significant help in that area. You're going to see these blessings pour out to you. And I would encourage you to pray to the Lord as well. You say, Jesus, look, I need this wisdom. I'm pouring into this 14-day plan and 14-day wisdom challenge, okay? So that's what it is, a 14-day wisdom challenge. I'm pouring into it, Lord. Help me to pour that wisdom into me. You're going to get that. The Lord's going to bless you, and the Lord's going to show you something new and fresh at the end of your 14 days. I'm looking forward to seeing your posts on a daily basis. Not a requirement, but I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens at the end of 15 days. But look, tell you what, there is always a catch. You can't get nothing for free. You've got to do it for 14 days in a row. There's no bundling up. There's no saying, look, I'm going to do 2 days today, I'm going to skip a day. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. You've got to do that consistently for 14 days. And when you do that, that's when you start to release this power, this powerful method, okay? They say that memorizing things, it takes like 21 days to start a new habit. But if you're teaching someone, it's 14 days. So get on this track. Get on the 14-day Wisdom Challenge. Watch the 14-day Wisdom Challenge show with JB. And I am going to I'm going to lead you forward into some new avenues, some new opportunities, and you're going to see some new things happen in your life. Let's do this. Let's get it. Get wisdom, get understanding, get discretion, and let's do this. Take good care, my friends.